Okay, now the next thing we're going to do, and I'm going to show you here, is an application of time value of money. And it shows you how to calculate rate of return on an investment in this case. Now, in this case, just the example that we're going to work through, this is a $12,000 investment. We make the investment today. From that investment now, we expect to get $1,905 every year for 10 years. And the question is, what's the rate of return on the investment? Now, a little later on in the course now, we're going to be in a topic called capital budgeting. There are going to be some capital budgeting techniques that I show you. And one of them is going to be called the internal rate of return technique. And technically what we're calculating on this investment here is indeed the internal rate of return on the investment. I'm going to give you the definition of rate of return, or internal rate of return. Helps you sort of think about the solution here a little bit. The internal rate of return now is defined as that interest rate that sets the present value of the inflows equal to the present value of the outflows. Now this present value of the outflows and present value of the inflows, that's kind of capital budgeting parlance. At this point, I want you to understand that the present value of the outflows, that's the cost of the investment. This investment is $12,000. The present value of the outflows, how much you had to pay for the investment today, the answer to that is $12,000. The inflows from an investment is the cash inflows. So in this case, we're going to get $1,905 every year for 10 years. That's the inflows, the cash inflows. And if we multiply that annuity times our PVIFA, that would give us the present value of the inflows. Internal rate of return, the interest rate that sets the present value of the inflows equal to the present value of the outflows. Note in this formula here, we're looking for that interest rate that sets the present value of the inflows equal to the present value of the outflows. Now, the first thing you have to do as a student now, when you look at this equation, we can't solve directly for I. What we're actually going to solve for initially is, what does this interest factor have to be? That is, something times 1905 is equal to $12,000. What does that something have to be? Well, it has to be 12,000 divided by 1905, which is 6.2992. And that indeed is our PVIFA, with n equal to 10 and I equal to something. We don't know what that is yet. That's what we're going to be looking for. A common error in rate of return is that people get to this point and they think that the rate of return on the investment is 6.2992. That's wrong. 6.2992 is the interest factor, in this case your PVIFA, that sets the present value of the inflows equal to the present value of the outflows. We're looking for this little I right here. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how to do what's called interpolation. And that's how you solve for the little interest rate, how you solve for the internal rate.